Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Mario here, and Buttercup, and I'm Applejack here, and I'm Knuckles, and I'm Blossom here. And welcome back for some more of Sonic Heroes playthrough in Team Chaotix.
Let me go! Let me go! I want to play!
Fancy place!
Where there's light, there's shadow. Careful.
Here's your next mission. Disguise yourselves and infiltrate into the city. Goal is to collect 200 rings.
So last time that you three managed to tackle through Seaside Hill and Ocean Palace for the specific different missions in Grand Metropolis and Power Plant, and also we beat the likes of Egghog and Team Dark. So today for this video is the fact that those three are about to be moving on into Casino Park level, where the objective of this level is that it feels very similar to how it does it in the extra missions in Team Rose. It's the fact that in every single stages, if you actually decide to deal with the extra missions in Team Rose, that they usually calls it like collect 200 rings. That's the ultimate premise of this mission this time around though in Team Chaotix, specifically in Casino Park, because now obviously because Casino Park is basically a gamble fest place with the slot machines and all that. However, the thing is though, is that you need to be collecting specifically 200 rings in order to actually to success for this mission. You can either do this for either these two different ways, or in this case 3 different methods you want to go for. It's the fact that you can either go through these slot machines, as what Applejack already mentioned this earlier, and also there's actually a way they can use a Team Blast attack and just use them to actually defeat these enemies in order to get some of these rings. And also there's one from, you can grab these rings regularly, so... Or even, alternatively, you can also use these little light blocks in order to actually just like demolish them and just actually use them from those rings if you actually defeat those things roughly three times. So yeah, that's the ultimate premise of this mission right here. So yeah, as far as the extra mission is concerned, that the extra mission on the Casino Park level is that you need to actually collect 500 rings. So that's quite a lot of rings in order to actually just success for this extra mission. But again, we're not going to be talking through the any extra missions at all. So now, speaking of that, originally that we're just supposed to actually tackle through super hard mode, in this case the 5th playthrough in the game, that we decided to actually just to not do it, because obviously we actually got ourselves quite a few days left until Sonic Colors playthrough is going to be up, especially noticeable about how the fact that Sonic Force was just almost getting closer to releasing it. And especially noticeable some situations that obviously that we decided to tackle through every single 3D Sonic games even to this point in time. So yeah, we decided to actually not do the 5th playthrough on Sonic what did I say Colors for some reason? We meant we're not going to do the 5th playthrough of Sonic Heroes on Super Hard Mode, because even then though, that it plays exactly like how it does in Team Sonic's playthrough, and the only method you can only do this though, however, in order to actually unlock Super Hard Mode, is the fact that you need to actually get every single A ranks in the game. So that's as far as I'm concerned with this little spoiler alert for the curves, if you probably noticed it for the time. So anyway, back into what we're going to be discussing about the Casino Park level in Team Chaotix playthrough. Is that obviously the main objective is simply just to collect what do I recall? 200 rings. Yeah, 200 rings. That's what I meant to say. So, in the extra mission, you have to collect 500 rings. So you spend most of your time just actually wandering around in this slot machine, or in this case, the pinball machine, which sometimes it might be a little bit of too much of a big of a problem. But a lot of times you're gonna be wasting your time onto this little pinball machines just to begin with, from specifically in quite a few reasons, because of the finicky physics, and also not to mention that sometimes controlling on this thing can be really stiff at times. But even though this might actually be the final time we're going to be seeing this level though, so yeah, that's as also just going to be hard from that. So, and you know when Mario mentioned this earlier about the super hard mode, that in order to actually unlock this specific, what the? How on earth did you always get glitched through this little springs there, Wario? No, I meant Knuckles. I don't know what happened right there. I think it's probably just the fact that you accidentally just used the Thunder Shoot ability, Blossom. Oh yeah, that's kind of my fault there, right there. So anyway, once you reach over 200 rings, then you should be able to complete this stage. So yeah.
Not bad!
Huh? We got a C rank? I thought we were getting a B or higher. I think it's mainly due to the fact that we're spending you three waste your time on the pinball machine, so yeah, that's probably how essential all this goes. So anyways, now you guys are moving on into Bingo Highway to collect 10 casino chips.
Here's your next mission.
So basically in this mission it's pretty simple. We need to collect like 10 casino chips, and once you do that, then the mission objective is done. I believe in the extra mission version of this specific level is that you need to collect all 20 of them. So yeah, because there are 20 chips scattered across the level, so even then though, that in the regular mission specifically, you don't have to necessarily collect all 20 of them, honestly. It's easy to simply just collect, you know, a half portions of these little casino chips, basically. So yeah, that's the ultimate premise of this mission's goal. So yeah, as a matter of fact though, that's yeah, that's why I was gonna be hard from that anyway. Okay, we need to climb all the way up, or fly all the way up, so okay, so a few things I want to mention about this point, folks, is that there are some quite good things I want to briefly mention. First things first is the fact that, how do I recall that? We actually got ourselves only 2 months away, or in this case, a month and, 14 days to go, I'm presuming, to actually just to let, the Sonic's Game Gear marathon should be coming up soon. But even then, though, that you probably should, I feel, to actually looking forward to that particular, marathon of games Let's Play, specifically on the Sonic Game Gear titles from, well, not exactly sure how many we're going to be tackling through, but even then we'll have to find this out during that particular time period, so. And secondly, it's the fact that, thank God, that Kingdom Hearts 34 is now finally making its return ever since, almost 5 months ago, since, the beginning of July this year. Or no, beginning of January this year, so that's what I meant to say. Because you kept on thinking there's gonna be a summery seasons or something like that. Yeah, that's totally my fault there, right there. So, anyway, yeah, in this case, that SBO already mentions that there's gonna be called it, VIP, chips. So, anyway though, enough about the little jibby jabber. There's also the flower teleportation device if you want to actually use that for, getting to the alternate routes of the level, so I believe this will actually lead you to the special stage key, Applejack. Oh yeah, that was totally a thing though, Applejack. Oh no, I meant Buttercup. I almost said myself then for a minute ago. So, anyway, let's go and grab ourselves yet another chip, which should be located all the way up to the top. And hopefully we can actually just get ourselves the halfway portions of these little chips grab-a-thon. So there's another one from underneath this electricity attack. So yeah, you should probably expect it that the level layouts or the level's length for Team Chaotix can get a really tad bit more longer compared to Team Dark or especially Team Sonic. So even then that because you know it's going to be a lot of emphasis on mission grinding stuff. So let's go ahead and destroy these little Eggman's robots right there. So just in case we'll be able to get ourselves a ton of rings first things first. And also just actually just to proceed to the level. So there's another chip just right over there, and you somehow missed it. Oh well, no big deal, as long as we actually pay attention to these little footings right there, so even then we should be able to be very cautious with these kinds of things. So there's another chip there, but you've missed it as well. Oh, what? What exactly is going on here? What? Come on, please make it, please make it, please make it. And I just overshoot it by mistake as well. So let's try that again, shall we? So I have no idea how that happened right there. Yeah, I had the same feeling for you, Applejack. It's the fact that sometimes the camera angle goes really wanked out, and also that it's just trying to not allow you to actually proceed forward. So that's actually really odd when it comes to the camera design as far as that's been concerned. So the only missing numbers we actually did miss out is actually both 3 and 9. So I really get a feeling that we don't able to get ourselves a perfect rating. That's only because of how although the only easiest way you can get a perfect rating is the fact that you need to actually get into this last portion of this little bingo table, but that's only exclusive to Team Sonic and Team Dark. So anyways, that's that out of the way. So even then though, if you collect all 10 of those chips, then you're pretty much done. So oh, we got ourselves an A rank. If only if we accidentally did die from that, you know, the second bingo table section. Yeah, if only if that weird camera angle wasn't a thing. Alright, you guys should able to move on now is the Robot Carnival level, so
Dr. Eggman, you've made quite a mess here. I'll accept your apologies and payment with your life. Want some? Come and get
On
it.
guard.
Guard on!
Get them.
Won't hold nothing back since you're our opponent's enemy.
We're here to fight the bad guy!
Get ready. Here we come.
So, with the Robot Carnival and especially Robot Storm, that these particular enemy endurance run is going to get a much more longer this time around. Because, especially noticeable if you have some used to with Team Sonic and Team Dark, and especially Team Rose especially, when it comes to these lengths of, Robot Carnival and Robot Storm, that is really, really simple and simple at first. But then every once in a while, it does get even much more longer this time around, because there are some enemies, like these little red wings enemies, for example, that you can only properly deal with these guys while they decide to go on screen. So sometimes you have to be paying attention to the background too, so just in case you're able to deal with them. So yeah, another thing is worth mentioning though, that what makes it a little bit annoying until today is the fact that recently our laptop charger, well, it works fine enough. However, though, it doesn't connect properly, so even then, though, that's only because we actually got ourselves our loose charge. So it's nothing completely major, but even then, though, that starts to really aggravating me. So as a result, though, we just have to pull our cable plug at the moment and just trying to actually stick it on the far edge of the laptop screen, which can provide some little bit of a damage or something like that, but I digress. So, yeah, that's all I could really think about this as far as the annoying parts until today, so... Oh yeah, a few things I want to mention as far as this point. We only got about 13 days to go until Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the PlayStation 4 should be released until that day, so... Yeah, I'm still really excited for it, and it's going to be a big year for 2017 when it comes to video game logically side of things, like... For instance, the greatest Mario Kart game did release not too long ago, like 2 months ago, which is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Nintendo Switch. That will probably have to be one of the best Mario Kart experience so far. And as far as The Legend of Zelda is concerned, that Breath of the Wild is actually really awesome even to this day. But I was expecting for Super Mario Odyssey it's going to be really awesome as well. And also the, what's another game that's going to be super awesome as a matter of fact? There's going to be a new Metroid, Samus Returns on Nintendo 3DS. And even the next Mario & Luigi RPG game, or in this case a remake of the first game, which was Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Million, so I really don't think that game will make a 3D effect or anything like that, so it stays in 2D, which is a little bit too lame. That's only because they're trying to actually reimagine it to the original Game Boy Advance counterpart, so yeah, that's all I was going to be saying for this Buttercup. Yeah, I have to agree on her on that one. Yeah, me too. So anyways, that's Robot Carnival out of the way, and I believe we're now moving on to Rail Cannon now.
Such a disorderly crowd. Just a waste of our time.
So, yeah, that's all I can say about these kinds of news and all that stuff. So, yeah, now we move on to Rail Cannon, where we're going to be doing with Infiltrate the Terminal Station. Interesting.
This has gotta be Eggman's thing. Just the way we like it.
Cool!
All right, let me take point.
So yeah, unlike in any other mission types that we're going to be collecting those specific stuff, basically in this particular level right there, it's basically point A to point B. It's basically a goal ring type of level right there. Although this was to me is by far the worst version of Rail Cannon, because for these specific little topics about the Rail Cannon specifically to begin with, because here's the basic prime example about the main gimmick of Rail Cannon for Team Chaotix. You know these little the rail switching mechanic? That means you have to deal with these things a lot this time around. And basically sometimes it always kind of reminds me like a puzzle solving level. How a lot of times you might actually realize is that you need to constantly flip in those switches, which changing from the blue rail to the red one. So that's as far as memories goes with this particular level is concerned. That's all there is to say. So yeah, that's all I can really just imagine about saying this for this point. So even though, as a matter of fact, that we already mentioned about the super hard mode on Sonic Heroes, we will eventually try to do it one day. but not exactly right now because we have to complete the main game first. And then if we do have some time left before the when it gets to the point until when it gets to August, which we're about to tackle through every single Sonic's Game Gear titles, although there's only one exception to the Game Gear selections of games. Although, for the most part, we'll have to tackle through Super Hard mode on Sonic Heroes, or mainly you, Mario, and Buttercup on the Sonic Heroes Super Hard mode until it gets to September. So that's why we decided to actually just change that decision. So yeah, because for the most part, we'll have to tackle for the main game first, and then we'll have to get on with the Super Hard mode playthrough until sometime in September. Although we will promise that Let's Play will make a return until when it gets to the point. Although we're not exactly sure when. So anyway. Especially noticeable that how Sonic Forces is getting really in the halfway point of Sonic Forces release date as far as this is concerned until when it gets to holiday this year. So yeah, that's what I was always going to be expecting it to. So yeah, that's all I can really say about this for the most part though, really. So yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and just activate this little teleportation flower point. So just in case we get able to actually get into this different section. So even especially noticeable, you actually get onto these little flight type. Oh Christ! I'm almost going to die right there. Which at first I was kind of nerve-wracking for a moment ago. Before you do anything, Rainbow Ring. So who managed to go for the Rainbow Ring? I'm pretty sure Charmy B doesn't actually go through here. So. Vector's blocking my view. We're actually trying to make me just go a little bit of a footing on here. And he's actually staring at you on screen, by the way. Oh yeah, I just realized. So, yeah, in regards to the, some future plannings that we're gonna be doing with at this point, so even then though, that's really pretty much at the halfway point of June already, so. And as a matter of fact, that we actually got ourselves, only let's just say a month and I can't remember exactly what day specifically, but we only got about a month left until Hey Pikmin is about to come to be releasing. So, expecting that if both Duffy and Sonic will eventually try to finish up with Pikmin 3 at some point in summer. So, expecting that they're going to be released on the exactly same day as when Hey Pikmin comes around. So, and as a matter of fact, same goes for how it does it in Splatoon 2, where we decided to actually go ahead and delay that game as far as we already mentioned this about countless amount of times already or something like that. Which I'm pretty sure that the only way we can deal with this is the fact that we need to wait until when Splatoon 2 was actually going to finally came out. And speaking of such though, is that recently during yesterday that the new game did actually came around on Nintendo Switch, which is called ARMS, which for what I've noticed, I think it's alright, but even then though, that it's all just a matter of just using motion controls all the time, so even then though, you have to most likely have to deal with motion control heavy. So for this particular section right there, all you have to do is you have to flip those two switches, and every time you do that, then you should be able to actually just switch between these different rails. So even then though, if you flip those both switches, then this will allow you to proceed. So yeah, that's all I can really say about rail cannon in this version. So sometimes it might be a little bit too complicated and confusing at times. However, for the most part, it's not too bad as long as you actually pay attention. At least you're expecting you can actually become the experts of the game. So, like ourselves included. So there we go. That's rail cannon in Team Chaotix version. So even then though, let's see how ranked we actually got into. I think we got ourselves an A rank.
Awesome! Totally awesome!
We definitely expected that, Charmy B. Yes, expecting that we haven't got ourselves an A rank since, I don't know what last time we got ourselves an A rank from. I'm pretty sure defeating those turtle enemies, I'm assuming, although I may be wrong about that. Now time for Bullet Station. Destroy 30 capsules. So yeah, with these little red capsules that we already saw like countless amount of times, now we can actually probably defeat them, so, or destroy these capsules, so, yeah, that's the ultimate premise of this mission works, so, yeah. And in order to do this particular mission right here is the fact that you need to actually just destroy 30 of them, so, oh yeah, one thing I haven't mentioned about the extra mission on, during the rail cannon is the fact that you need to actually deal with the exactly same, goal for that particular mission, except the fact that you need to deal with a time limit. So, yeah, that's the only major difference between the extra mission of rail cannon to the regular mission on rail cannon mission. So, yeah, as far as I was main concerned with this for the most part. So, Now, as far as the extra mission on Bullet Station is concerned, I'm pretty sure you have to defeat, or in this case, destroy all of these capsules, which is pretty much a little bit of a tedious chore to go through at one point. Well, it might be a little bit too crazy about it, or in this case, too much work to do. But it's just the fact that you know, trying to actually deal with those kinds of stuff is that, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. So the only way you can only deal with these capsules just to begin with is by simply just using Factor the Crocodile after all, because he's the only one that can actually destroy these capsules just from the get-go. So yeah, that's as far as memories goes. That's all there is to say about the this variation of, you know, yeah. So yeah, that's all I can really imagine about this. So. And I believe the certain amount of capsules you can possibly destroy is actually all 50 of them, so yeah. But even then though, I mentioned this before that yeah, you have to go for the terminal with a time limit from the you know, the rail cannon, so yeah, that's all I can really imagine with this. So anyways, that's all I can really say about the this particular extra missions of this episode so far. Even though we will decide to actually just discuss about these extra missions as soon as we proceed for this particular Team Chaotix playthrough. So, oh, don't you ever dare give us a knockback, you idiot. Even though this wasn't exactly my fault, Applejack, it's just for these Eggman's robots specifically. So, at least we could actually just hop onto these little cannons right there. Or in this case, this little giant cannon right there. But even then, though, you guys have pretty much gone through the halfway point of destroying those capsules. So that's as far as 14 left is concerned. So this might be the final time we're going to be seeing this sequence right there, because obviously that we're pretty much at the halfway point of Team Chaotix playthrough basically. So yeah, we haven't exactly got that long and far to it. So yeah. Pretty exciting for the most part. Okay, so looks like that you'll be able. Oh, phew. Because obviously that it doesn't have this little minecart with the rails attachment to it, like Charmy B. Although sometimes you really seem to actually make me laugh at points. But even then, I really enjoyed the dialogue in this game so far. So even then, that sometimes it can be really, really cheesy and silly. But even then, that's all there's to really think about. So, okay, so oh, there's the capsules right there. No! Ah, oh, god dang it! I overshoot myself. Ah, dang it. But hey, as long as we actually got, you guys got a checkpoint right there, so at least that's okay by you. So, let's just take it nice and steady, so just in case we won't fall off this time, so. Yeah, I can expect that you actually being too hasty then, of course, just gonna say this much. Yeah, I will admit though, Applejack, I must have felt way too hasty today. So, oh yeah, there's actually a door which is currently locked, but if we activate the switch, then we should able to clarify we're able to actually just get ourselves a next capsule. And also at the same time the special stage key just to begin with. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm so glad that King Lucius 74 now makes a return ever since, you know, 5 months. Since the 6th part of Super Luigi Galaxy playthrough, which still he needs to actually currently doing that particular playthrough so far. But even then, that's all there's really expected to see how this Let's Play is coming along. So, no, I believe he actually got himself 39 subscribers right now, so yeah, that's a pretty good thing. So, I have no idea why we're going to be doing this though, so just in case if that helped the fact that we can hopefully jump. Oh, why? Oh, that was a really stingy jump right there. But unfortunately though, we have to go back onto the specific section again, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But hey, as long as we actually got ourselves 6 more to go, so yeah, because thankfully though, if you destroy these expecting Eggman's robots and these little power capsules just to begin with, you're expecting to actually get yourselves a freebie checkpoints for when it comes to actually grinding from some stuff. So yeah, that's a pretty positive thing to actually just to say about this here though, so I suppose I managed to get myself a little bit of a mistake while I mentioned this about the beginning part of Team Chaotix playthroughs, that apparently though is the fact that SBO is the only one who can deal with the triangle jump, so even then though, we actually had a terrible mistake about mentioning about this earlier ago, so yeah, apparently between Sonic, Shadow, and SBO are the only characters who can actually only deal with the triangle jump. The only character exception is Amy Rose, so yeah, that's the only mistake I can think about it, so okay, so we actually got ourselves 4 more to go with these capsules, so yeah, at least we can actually get these last 4 from this particular section, and we're pretty much done with the capsules. But yeah, that was about it basically for between the rail cannon and bullet station. So I don't know how well we actually did on this level.
Maybe we could have done a little better.
If only if we don't die like too many times. Yeah, that's the only major thing about the you know, the ranking system as far as that's been concerned though. Anyways, I believe you're now moving on into the next boss, which should be Egg Albatross. In this case, the 4th and final time we're gonna be doing with this. Yeah, expecting so.
That must be... What do we do now?
And secret weapons must be aboard that ship. Destroy it before it reaches
Piece of cake! Ready all cannons! Open fire! Looks pretty tough. Are we ready? I can't wait!
As you can see right there, we actually did manage to wait for a bit because much like Egg Hog, it will actually start to charge right at you. So that's the thing, you can always attempt to do it, but even then though, unfortunately we haven't done that in Team Sonic and Team Dark and Team Rose especially, because especially noticeable how the fact that I did not expect it to see how you can actually just do that technique. So anyway, so much like before, it's going to do the exactly same thing as you probably guessed it by this point. So even then, that's all there's to be said. So. Okay, so we need to actually just get on to either the right side or the left side, and I believe we're going to be hopping on to the right section, so... Hey, at least we managed to... Oh, shoot. Okay, at least you got the ring, though. Got the ring, Applejack. I know that. Especially noticeable how that... Wait! Oh, well, what?! Oh! God dang it, that was absolutely cheap. Yeah, I hate the fact that how that happened. It's like a old emphasis on cheap enemy placement and all that stuff, or even some cheap shots. So, let's try that again. But even then, though, it's not as long as it used to be, though. So even then, though, it should be able to be fine. Yeah, but I hate the fact that I always attempt to get hit by these cheap shots or cheap deaths. So, yeah, but otherwise, though, that's yeah. Okay, so we got ourselves invincibility box to begin with, though. So that's something, right? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned with this, as far as the most part. So, yeah, let's get into this particular point again, and hopefully we're not going to fail this time. But as long as you actually got this, though, you three, so, yeah, at least I give what credit to do it, basically. Yeah, but even in that, yeah. Okay, so I guess that was about it, basically, when it comes to this particular discussion about these news-relatable stuff and all that stuff. So, yeah, guessing what's up to, we're not gonna end the video off just as well, those three have managed to concentrate for this boss battle in particular. Don't move for the most part, Applejack, because you're able to actually fall off the bottomless pit so easily, so... You've got to be very careful and super precise on that one. Yeah, as far as I already know that, because I already saw you, two already done that. So, yeah, that's all I can really mention about this, so, yeah, let's go to wait for the only major difference between the other teams is the fact that in some of these segments, mainly due to the left side, it still has a rail thing to begin with. And if you go to the right side, you have to do this, you have to deal with this little homing attack chain. Which, if you perform it just right, then you should be able to actually clarify you're able to reach into a different section of the actual boss battle itself. So yeah, that's the only major difference between the other three teams. So, yeah, that was about it, basically. So join us next time on Let's Play Team Chaotix playthrough in Sonic Heroes. It's the fact that I believe we're going to be exploring the jungle level environments, as far as I recall correctly. So, yeah. I believe we actually off by 11 milliseconds off from that A rank. So anyway, see you guys then. Later, fellas.
Good job, boys. Guess that Eggman was a fake after all.
Of course it was.
Oh?
Listen carefully. There's a jungle just to the north of here. Go there immediately.
Got it.
You know what? Our client sure seems to know a lot about this Dr. Eggman guy.
Definitely an agent. A relative, perhaps.
Strangely enough, I had the same weird feeling about our client's real identity. It could be you-know-who.